Hey, what's up everybody? Good morning. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and I am back at it after finally getting a week break last week from tournament play. So we're going to be covering the Shredder Slopes tournament, which is of course going to be the Grunberg Slopes course. You'll see here both my rookie accounts are in the same bracket, shot a -17 and a -16. Pretty happy with how that worked out. Now the replays that I have here, I do think add up to a -18, as I did hit a couple shots in practice that I did not hit in real mode. So let's get to it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please click that subscribe button, and everybody take a moment there to hit that thumbs up button and give the video a like. I'm going to show you two different ways you can play hole number one. First way, pretty easy. We'll just play with that navigator. We're going to go like 4.2 top and then 1 bar of side spin to the right. You see here I put my yellow ring on the rough, but really I'm just making sure that my ball guide line is between both rough. So we have a rough on the left-hand side and we have a rough patch in the middle of the fairway. I put my ball guide line there right in the middle. As you can see here, I use a little bit of curl. Basically, the curl that I use is the right ball is touching the inner wall of the right side. And I can rewind if you're new to the channel and show you what I mean. But let's take a look at the drive, and then let's take a look at shot number 2 real quick before I rewind. Shot number 2, we're going to play -10% at minimum distance. You see, we almost got too many yards here on the drive. We definitely do want to play this shot with our thorn, with our short iron. You can see here I use enough backspin until I got the ball guide line nicely through the back of the hole, and I make sure that with my backspin I do push the target a little bit closer to the pin so that I can adjust my rings properly, because we were at absolute minimum distance of our club. So always important there, give yourself a little room once you're at the minimum distance line. Now you'll see the ball went into nicely for the eagle. So the curl again is right here. It's until the right side of my ball is touching the inner wall. So if you're new or if you don't know what that means in general, look at the curl, look at the right side of the ball, see how it's right up against the inner wall. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now this is an aggressive way you can play hole number 1, but it'll also allow you to putt in for the eagle. 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. You see here what I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for my ball guide line to be just like that. We have the first bounce on the, obviously on the fairway, second bounce on the fairway, third bounce on the top fairway rolling to the pin. If you have your ball guide line looking like this, all you have to do at this point is pull the correct elevation, which is 0%, and then just hit a perfect shot. If you do that, then your ball guide line will play true. You will not push up to max, you will not use overpower, you will just take a normal shot. And again, we know that because our ball guide line was set up correctly. So you can see here, a normal shot, again with a little bit of curl to the right-hand side. And this ball comes up very nicely, and then like I said, you will be putting in for the eagle, okay? That's hole number 1. Now we're going to go to hole number 2, in which I did pick up the albatross on both of my accounts. We're going to go 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the left. Take a look where I'm aiming here. I'm aiming at the +6 yard mark with my yellow ring at the rough. Okay, see the ball comes in nicely on the fairway here, and let's take a look at shot number 2. Shot number 2, I did hit in 2.2 mile per hour wind and 3.6, 20% at minimum, 4 back, half a bar of side spin to the right. You see that because of the headwind here, I do make sure that even with my backspin applied, that I have plenty of ball guide line through the back of the pin. So after our adjustment, we hit a perfect ball, and like I said, I was 2 for 2 on my accounts here on this albatross approach. Okay, now we go to hole number 3. Picked up a hole in 1 here on both of my accounts. Setup is going to be pretty simple. You're going to see here that I'm putting my entire yellow ring in the rough. We'll take a look at the exact setup here in just a second, but we are going to go 0.9 top to right. 0.9 top to right. Now let's take a look at this setup here. This is after my spins are applied. Take a look at the offset and exactly where my ball guide line is landing. Oops, you might want to take a practice shot on this to get used to it, but you're going to notice here that we have about half of our red ring in the rough, half of our red ring on the fairway. You don't want to play too high up on the rough because if you do have a chance to miss the rough even with a perfect shot. It'll come down to like pull angle, right? So here we're taking a much safer approach. We're almost dead center for the hole-in-one. So we're playing a little bit lower on the rough. That's why we're using the top spin. Again, 2 bars of side spin to the right, 0.9 top. And then make your pull, and you should be pretty good with that offset. Again, 2 for 2 hole-in-ones there. All right, this will take us to hole number 4. Hole number 4, we're going to go 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right, putting our yellow ring right here on top of the rough. Lower level extra mile players, you might be able to play this one with like a big topper, but I do think that the extra mile is the best club here. You could even use yourself a kingmaker if you wanted to reduce the wind, since we are playing with a little bit of headwind. But here again, baby curl to the right. You know, the thing about Greenberg slopes is on some of the drives, we do have to use a little bit more curl than we do on other courses. And we're using that little baby curl here because we don't accidentally want to go into this rough here on the left. You can see that we're really nice and safe. Shot number 2 gives us a great chance for an eagle. I picked this up on one account. I missed it on the other. That's why I have a 1-stroke difference, but I did hit a great ball on my other account. But here, perfect shot, 2 bars of backspin. Again, headwind, so make sure that when your spins are applied, the ball guide line is through the back of the cup, just like that. You can see here that I'm landing on the fringe. I do try to land on the fringe as much as possible when going for these types of shots. I do believe it gives us the most consistent bounce that we can all duplicate. You'll also hear my cat very vocal this morning in the background. When I record, he wants the show, so he wants to be the center of attention. But here we go. We get the ball in. Very nice for the eagle. Just off to a banging start if you're able to get all these to drop. Even if you get most of them to drop, you're in great shape. Okay, hole number 5. Hole number 5, I did not get the hole-in-one here, but very, very close. I do believe that you can get it. Notice here about 0.3 top spin, and we're playing with the Goliath. I like the Goliath on this particular hole over the backbone, but you could play it with either club, okay? What we're doing here is we're applying our spin, and then we're taking a look at the ball guideline and the yellow ring. Now, everybody's yellow ring will be different, you know, based off your Goliath. But notice how I've got the yellow ring very close to the rough line. You'll see that I was looking at down here. You know, I'm much lower on the fairway, but here I do push it up. I push it up till the yellow ring is on the rough. And then this is what I'm looking for as far as ball guideline. Take a look at the dark green square that I'm aiming at. Okay, I'm basically aiming right at the center of that dark green square. I think you can see it pretty good right there. Now from here I make my pull. Perfect ball, and this thing does come up very nicely, but we just barely miss it to the left-hand side. You saw the speed was really good. You know, we just need to move that over a little bit more to the right, so aim even more to the right-hand side there of that dark green square. That'll take us to hole number 6. Hole number 6, you're going to want to bring your most powerful wood club for shot number 2. For most of us, it's going to be our big dog. All right, we're going to go 6 top, 1 bar a side spin to the right. You see I'm playing at the +9 with my yellow ring right here on that little corner of the fairway. I take a normal shot. I don't overpower it. On this drive here, you know, we really need to hit perfect. You don't want to accidentally hit a great shot and clip that rough. We do want to get as many yards as possible. So we get down here nicely onto the center of the fairway, brings us shot number 2 with our big dog, playing at 0% at max. You're going to notice here I am at max on my club, 3 bars of side spin to the left, and the backspin is just going to vary depending on your drive. But look at this with one backspin. I want you to note, okay, with one backspin, take a look. My ball guide line is not even on the fringe of the green. It is pretty short of the green, okay? Even with that, this ball does come in nicely. It catches this little downhill slope, and it does roll towards the pin. You can see here this is almost half a ball of curl to the left. We could go with a little bit left curl. That side spin really does the trick for us. But you see how we catch that nice little slope and we roll towards the pin. We did not need as much side spin to, we didn't need as much curl to the left. But look at that, we're very close to the hole here. Pretty good speed. It came in just a little bit short. But overall, you know, that's a good looking shot there for shot number 2 on that par 5. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 hole-in-ones here on this par 3. One is the Viper, so if you don't have a good sniper, you can play with the Viper here. You can go Marlin or you could go Navigator. 5 back, 10% at mid, and you can see exactly where I'm aiming here. We can back it up for just a second there. You can notice here I am aiming at the left-hand side of the cup. This ball guideline would not be dead center if there was a more development of the ball guideline. It's definitely aiming at the left of the cup, and you're going to see that a little bit better on this sniper approach that I have upcoming. But either way, whatever clubs you need to use, you can definitely pick up a hole-in-one. Perfect ball. And even though I was aiming at the left-hand side of the cup, you notice that came into the right-hand side. So we probably need to move our target even a little bit more over to the left, okay? Because if you get higher wind, you're going to miss that shot to the right. Okay, now here we go, 3.3 mile per hour wind. So this is kind of medium wind. But you're going to notice, again, same thing, 5 bars of backspin. I played 5 back with the Viper and the Sniper. Now the Sniper, we have a better ball guideline, so our ball guideline is more developed. But again, here you can see that I'm aiming at the left-hand side of the pin. I'm leaving my ball guideline a little bit short as well, just letting that tailwind push us into the cup. Perfect ball. Same thing here, we do come in right-hand side of the cup. So I would say if that wind would have been anything over 4 miles an hour, we would have definitely missed that shot. So keep that in mind on this hole. Higher wind, we need to move our ball guideline even more offset to the left of the cup, okay? That's my advice. You know, 3.3 miles per hour and below, we could keep it the same. You know, both my shots came into the right-hand side of the cup, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be dead center. We're just looking for the drop, but higher wind, definitely adjust for that. Now, this is going to take us to this hole. This is hole number 8. I want to talk about this because I do have the eagle to show you. My -17 and my -16 scorecard is a birdie on this hole. So obviously I did not pick up the eagle in real mode, but I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. This is a bombs away berserker approach. 6 top, half bar of side spin to the right. Actually, it's not a bombs away. This is a normal shot, okay? Now take a look at my ball guideline here. Notice how I've got, take a look at the end of it. Notice how it's all the way down there on the second fairway. That's great. That's what we want it to do. Here I'm going to make my adjustment. And then I do not push up to max, okay? I just take a normal shot. I do hit a perfect ball. You're going to notice that I get the first bounce is good. The second bounce comes through, and the third bounce just barely clips a rough and rolls out. That's okay. Getting down here is good. This is going to allow us to take shot number 2, 20% at mid with our short iron. Now, this is one of my baby accounts in qualifying. I basically take test shots with these accounts before I play my real rookie accounts. So like this account doesn't have a thorn, so I just use the Kingfisher, but it's all the same. You just apply your backspin. We're playing at 20% at whatever distance you are of your club. I mean, I can't really tell you what to play, minimum, mid, max, somewhere in between. You're going to have to gauge that for yourself because that's all going to depend on the rollout that you get on your drive, okay? You can see here for me, I'm definitely at minimum distance of my club. I hit a perfect ball. I get this shot to drop. Now, I was trying to give everybody another look at this hole by going bombs away. So what I mean by that is I did go 6 top. I went 1 bar of side spin to the right, and then I pushed my target up to max, okay? So after I made my elevation pull, I pushed back up to max. I went with full overpower with a tad of curl to the right. I was able to get the ball very far down the fairway, but I missed my in-bringer shot on both of my accounts. Now, the first one is because I hadn't tested the shot out. I played an in-bringer rule, 20%, and I rolled the cup, okay? The second account, I just hit a great ball, so I was dead in the water either way. You can decide how you play it. The bombs away approach is great. It gets you shorter distance to the cup. You'll just have to work out shot number 2. This will take us on to the final hole, which is hole number 9. We're going to go 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. If you're a lower level club player, you probably will need to go with the Kingmaker if you have enough to spare, or just bring your big dog for shot number 2 and use a katana, okay? This is a pretty simple approach that you're going to see here. I'm going with normal shot. I didn't even really push the overpower. Now, most players will probably overpower this shot, and that's fine. The only bad part is if you hit a great ball, like especially to the right, you could see that you would roll into the rough there. For me, I've played this hole enough times. I know that as long as I hit the fairway just like this, I'm going to have plenty of distance for shot number 2. Look at this. I have so much distance. I'm not even at maximum distance of my sniper. I'm going to go with a lot of backspin here. 5 back, no side spin. I'm going to aim directly at the cup. The thing that I want you to remember is I played this shot, okay, 10% at mid. This is the highest wind strength we can get in rookie with a katana, so 4.5 miles per hour. So 10% at mid is my shot. You know, what we might want to do here is possibly play it 15%, because you're going to see here that I do miss this shot. The speed comes in nice. The only thing that I missed to is to the right. That's it. So again, we might want to play at 15% here. Just working out shot number 2 is all you need. But overall, this should easily get you through to the next round as long as you're able to hit perfect. Please subscribe. Please smash that thumbs up, and I will see you later for pro. If you don't play pro, I'll see you for Thursday for the opening round. Thanks, everybody.